Hedera reaches 10 billion transactions. Could John Deaton be liable for one of the tweets that he posted about the XRP token and its price? And the Nasdaq congratulates Ripple on its win versus the SEC. Make sure you guys tune in all the way to the end of this video to find out the details. Hey guys, it's Ryan with Big Dog Investing. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. If you guys could do a couple of things for me, if you guys can go and like, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys have not done so already. Click the bell notification down below so YouTube can send you guys notifications whenever I release videos. Watch my videos all the way to the end. If you guys could share my videos and share my channel with anyone. I'm trying to grow my channel as much as I can, and I definitely need your guys' help in doing so. Getting started, today's gonna be Monday, May 29th. Today is Memorial Day here in the United States, so I wanted to say thank you to all the servicemen and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice in protecting our freedoms here in the United States. We are very privileged to live here, and I wanted to say thank you. Getting started with our video, though, we are going to be doing the XRP giveaway for our 250 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away 100 XRP tokens. To be able to get the XRP tokens, you have to be following my YouTube channel. Then you have to like and comment on the video that's posted, this one. I'm going to be doing the giveaway hopefully soon. I have a family emergency come up, so I might not be able to create a video for a week. I have to go out of town. But if I can, it's going to be within 48 hours. If not, it'll be within 1 week of me posting the video. Sorry, just a huge emergency came up, so I have to actually leave town. But with the giveaway, you have to be following my YouTube channel. You have to be comment on the YouTube channel, but the comment needs to be your Twitter username. So what you guys need to do is you guys need to follow my Twitter at bigdog_invest. And then you have to be following me. So under followers, I'll go in on the comment. You're going to comment your Twitter handle. And then when I hit followers, I'm going to see if you guys are following me. If you guys are following me when I do the giveaway win, then you guys will be getting your XRP tokens. I'll message you guys. This will be my third giveaway. So I've given away 2 other giveaways so far, or maybe it's been 3 other giveaways so far. But I've always sent the money, and I always show proof in the next videos. So make sure you guys like, comment, and be subscribed to my YouTube channel. You have to subscribe to my Twitter, and then in the comments, you have to comment your Twitter. Okay, that's the only way to verify that you're actually like a real person and not a bot. My first time I did this, I had I want to say over 150 comments, and they were all bot accounts. So this helps get rid of some of those bots. So it's just my way of showing you guys that I care. And I want you guys, the real people who watch my videos all the way through, to be able to get these. So remember, those are the details. Hopefully it's within 48 hours. I'm going to try to see if I can bring my laptop, if I'll have internet access. I'm not 100% sure yet. If not, it'll be within a week, and I'm sorry about the emergency. Moving on, though. Getting started, though, the total market cap for all cryptocurrency right now is $1,154,000,000,000. This is a 0.67% increase on the day today. Bitcoin right now is currently trading at $27,683. It's up 3.12% on the week, which is good. We've had a nice run up. Ethereum, $1,893. Nice run up today on Ethereum. And then XRP right now is at 49.3 cents. This is a great run up 7.14% on the week. Getting into our biggest gainers and losers. Pulse X is going to be our biggest gainer, 13.8%. Engine, 10.3%. Pulse, 10.2%. And Quant's had a nice run up, currently trading at $112. This is great news if you guys are invested in Quant. One of my favorite tokens right now. It's not in my top. It's probably my top 5 tokens right now. It's not my top 3. XRP is my number 1. HBAR is my number 2, and probably XLM or XDC is going to be my number 3, but Quant's in my top 5. Moving on, though, right here, Brad Garlinghouse says right here, it's a Memorial Day weekend in the United States. I woke up today reflecting about the feeling of appreciation for all those in this country that have accomplished and what it will hopefully will. Thank you to those who have served and lost their lives so we could have this life. And I 100% agree with this. We have a great freedom to be here in the United States. We are very privileged to be here in the United States. We have the ability to do a lot of different things. So it was great to see the CEO of Ripple coming out and talking about this. Moving on, though, Elizabeth Warren says 5 radical conservative Supreme Court justices just gutted the EPA's ability to set clean water standards, unraveling protections for nearly half the nation's wetlands. This court should serve the American people, not big polluters. And what I don't like about this is it was actually a 9-0. So it wasn't just a 5-4 vote. It was actually 9-0. So it was a unanimous ruling on this. The only thing was they disagreed when they did their dissenting was how the EPA's ability to be able to look into different types of um, natural disasters or pollution and stuff like that. But they all agreed that the EPA overstepped its bounds. So it's kind of ridiculous that Elizabeth Warren, again, I point her out because she's huge against cryptocurrency. We've seen her and Gary Gensler come out with a bunch of different things where they talked and had communications before for prior to one of their meetings where she sent a list of questions she'd want to ask, and then he sent a list of questions that he would like to get asked, and she's like, okay, if I ask these, here are the answers that I want you to do. And they went back and forth with that. I think that's kind of ridiculous, and for her to point this out, it's kind of just showing, and this is like the misinformation and disinformation that our federal government puts out. So shame on Elizabeth Warren, because like everyone in the comments are saying right here, uh, where I mean, I don't even know. Right here, it was 9-0, unanimous opinion, 9-0. Like everyone's saying it's 9-0, like it was. I read it. You guys can look it up. You guys can click the article too. Again, everything's going to be in the comments. Right here, I wanted to point out Target has just collapsed to its lowest trading value in the year with no end in sight. So Target was down 15.68% over the year. They're down about, I think, 7.51% on the week. We've seen a lot of stuff with a lot of this indoctrinating of our youth and these big corporations. We saw it with Bud Light. Bud Light had to issue a bunch of recalls, and then they actually talked to a lot of their supply, and they said whoever bought for their wholesale, Bud Light would actually reimburse them because they did a little bit of this and their whole business model collapsed. Target with a bunch of their stuff that they're pointing out. And again, I'm not trying to do this. I'm talking about it as an investing standpoint, but also I wanted to point this out too because it's very, very important to me, I guess, that we don't have this. So it's nice to see some of these big corporations and the American people standing up against this because we don't want this here in the United States. Right here, though, Genevieve Roach, Dector, the government has spent more than it brings in every year since 2000. With the new debt ceiling deal, they'll kick the can down the road at least another 2 years. So we've spent over what we bring in. So we're actually just increasing our national debt year over year since the year 2000. When are we going to get a president that actually stops this? It was really hard. President Trump couldn't do this due to COVID. We had to spend a bunch of money. Getting into our Watcher Guru news, though, presidential candidate Ron DeSantis says the IRS is a corrupt organization. President Biden and House Speaker McCarthy reached debt ceiling deal. This was the biggest news that impacted our financial markets. We've seen a nice run up so far with cryptocurrency since this was announced. We'll see what happens in the stock market tomorrow because it's closed on the weekends. And then since it's closed on the weekends and today is Memorial Day, it'll be closed for today. So Tuesday will be the official opening of the stock market. And I see a nice run up again, no financial advice, but I do see a run up of the stock market as well. Saudi Arabia in talks to join China-based BRICS Bank. Again, just shows the devalue of the US dollar. Russia to use crypto exchanges to settle cross-border transactions. Brazil's president Lula says he dreams of trading currencies other than in the US dollar. Again, just keeps on showing that all of this stuff right here just keeps on bringing us down as a country and devaluing our US dollar right now. Everyone should be prepared for rates going higher from here, says JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon. We've seen interest rates already. I think that they're close to 6.75% right now, just depending on where you live. Some banks are a little higher, some banks are a little lower, but you have the biggest bank saying that interest rates should keep on going up. They want to keep on making interest rates go up because they make more money when interest rates are up. I wanted to point this out though, because a lot of people with the boom right now in meme coins, NFTs might come back. We'll see. But I want you guys just to be aware and cautious. This NFT sold for $400,000 a year ago. The current best offer for it is $1,800. It's a pretty cool NFT collection. You just own basically the digital footprint to own this picture. Anybody can copy and paste the picture though, print it out, whatever you want to do. But if you want to own the actual footprint, this is 217. I'm sure it's probably a limited edition set out of 1,000, but it was selling for over $400,000, and now you can't even get it right now for 1,800. So just be cautious again with the booms and stuff like that, and make sure you guys take profits. We talked about how Ripple acquired Medico. If you guys want to, Ripple acquired a stake in a cryptocurrency exchange, Bitstamp. This is just another showing of how Ripple keeps on adopting and adding to its business models outside of the United States with everything that's been going on. If you guys want to, right here, Ripple's Monica Long talks about this. Bitstamp actually had a deal, like essentially like MoneyGram did as well, with Ripple and the XRP token. They switched over to XLM. Now they bought a portion of Bitstamp. So I would highly encourage you guys to read that. It's very informative. I want you guys to watch this video too, because like everything that's going on in the Ripple versus the SEC case, especially with the Hinman emails, this is a chronological order of the Eastgate's Classic, of a lot of interviews and discussions with a lot of people in the federal government as well as the Ethereum Foundation. And this is in chronological order to talk about how Ethereum is not considered a security. Maybe it once was considered a security, but now it isn't. But XRP and the Ripple is being sued by the SEC for almost the exact same reasoning right now. So if you guys want to, I highly encourage you guys. It's 4 minutes long. I want you guys to watch this too, though, and you guys don't have to, but right here it says, reminder that after the Hinman speech that the SEC was telling attorneys behind closed doors that they don't really believe that. So why do you think that he gave the speech? Right here, and this is Nancy Waltaz, and she comes out and she says that most people were talking about the tokens and then how they cannot adapt to be considered a security, even though that Bill Hinman said that they did. And she said, it's like, well, we don't really believe that. The majority of the people at the SEC didn't, is what she's kind of saying. So just further proof that Ripple should win against the SEC in the case. Right here, John Deaton points out that the judge wrote a decision commenting on the SEC's hypocrisy and stated that the SEC's lawyers lacked a faithful allegiance to the law. And that is 100% true. They keep on not listening to the orders that the judge has been giving them. They kind of go around the bush with a bunch of stuff, and they actually talked with the judge and filed a couple of paperworks and a couple of documents that the judge kind of just laughed at and said that, you guys lack a faithful allegiance to the law. It says right here, the apostrophe arguing to the court, on one hand, that the speech is not relevant to the market's understanding on how or whether the SEC will regulate cryptocurrency. And then they argued that the Hinman sought to obtain legal advice from SEC counsel in drafting his speech, suggests that the SEC is adopting its litigation positions to further its desired goal and not out of a faithful allegiance of the law. And that's 100% true. And it was really great to see that the judge pointed that out. This just shows further adoption here in the United States once clarity comes through. The Atlanta Fed released a report via Web3 and finance that mentions Ripple. They described XRP as an interoperable payment medium and a wholesale settlement coin. Wholesale settlement is an interesting context. Also, a brief review of the project Mariana. If you guys want to, you guys can go into this right here. But in my opinion, I think that this is great news. And a lot of people and a lot of businesses, as well as governments, whether it's state or federal, want to implement the XRP token as soon as there is clarity once the lawsuit is over. Now, in this past couple of days since I last posted the video, on May 6th, Library actually wanted to file its last document. It was due today. When I say today, it was May 26th. Since the last filing in our case is due today, the SEC is going to hate it. When John Deaton and attorney Jeremy Hogan read it, they're going to say we're geniuses or it's really dumb. And they actually did say it right here. They filed their motion, and they basically just wanted to make sure that the XRP token, or not the XRP token, sorry, the library token, that the secondary sales were classified for sure as not a security by the judge. And this is great news for the XRP token, because if secondary sales in this case for library are considered 100% by the judge to be not a security, then Ripple can use that as a precedent in its case versus the SEC if things go south, essentially. Now, when I talked about the John Deaton thing being held liable, John Deaton posted XRP sits at 48 cents, and it's crazy to think about how many people who refuse to buy it now are going to be buying it when it's well over $1, or even crazier when that FOMO won't likely kick in until $2. And this guy Cadban, who I follow, I've been in a couple of Twitter spaces with him, says an attorney should at least understand the law. This is worse than negligence or responsible and should lead to instant disbarment. With the lack of ethics and responsibility is tangible and wouldn't stand in another jurisdiction. I am honestly not making this up. He is constantly cited and quoted as an inside expert, and here he is giving direct financial advice and lib and clear contravention on the cloud of ethics under which he is supposed to operate. This makes Hinman look like an angel. The hypocrisy is intangible. And I'm not going to keep on going with it, but you guys get the general idea. I kind of agree with this and disagree at the same time. I agree that this is really a bad look on John Deaton for talking about this because he is an XRP token holder. He's issued a bunch of documents that say that he wants to be included inside a bunch of these cases as well as the XRP holders. He's doing a bunch of this stuff, and then for him to talk about the price, probably not a good look. He's actually not like officially part of Ripple, and he's not officially in the case of Ripple versus the SEC in a mindset of he's getting sued. So he technically, in my opinion, I think he can make these, but it's probably not the best look for him to do. Moving on, though, Hedera reaches 10 billion transactions, so he's been crossing off. For those of you guys that don't know, this is Liam Baird. He's the co-CEO and co-founder of Hedera, but he's crossing off all these. We've seen how Hedera keeps on growing its ecosystem and is part of the community that's doing it, so this is a great look that they've actually reached 10 billion transactions. Jeremy Hogan says there's discussion about how and if secondary sales of XRP will or won't be addressed in the Ripple case. It's important because we are only confident XRP will be relisted on exchanges if the issue on whether XRP is inherently a security is addressed. Although the SEC's lawsuit contains language settlements that XRP itself is the security, like a share of stock, the SEC's request on the court if the lawsuit does not request anything that would confer its status on the asset because this is ridiculous, but I digress. The problem is that it is likely that the judge will not even address the issue since it is not exponentially raised by the plaintiff. And although you can argue that it is thereafter addressed by omission, would it be enough for exchanges? Now, we don't know, but there is hope. First, Ripple could obtain agreements from the SEC to include, or the judge could approve the language provided by Ripple in its proposed final judgment, and that the judge does not cover the secondary sales. Kick Interactive goes to the SEC to allow the language below to be continuing the sales. Second, the judge could address the concerns raised by numerous amicus in regard to the secondary sales, including those campaigned by XRP holders led by attorney John Deaton. Apparently, the judge in the library case has agreed to address secondary sales at some level. We'll see. So we're still waiting on that. That's what I was talking about just a second ago. And finally, the judge could be forced, if Ripple loses, to address secondary sales at the penalty stage when there's a disgorgement order would be drafted. Why? Because the judge must review the distribution of disgorgement profits of the fairness counts. And so the court must delegate who receives the funds taken from Ripple. It's at this point that Ripple could argue that only actual purchasers from the direct, not the secondary purchasers, these are people like me and you who have probably bought these from exchanges, should receive their investment back. This would be required by the SEC versus Wang. The court would likely agree because otherwise the disgorgement would become so diluted due to the large amounts of secondary sales that any individual purchaser would receive pennies or less on the dollar, and this in effect of a ruling as the secondary sales viola. Now, I don't see this happening. I do believe that Ripple is going to win versus the SEC, but only time's going to tell. But it's just to put things in perspective for you guys who are XRP holders. Now, we talked about the Nasdaq right here. So, Weekend Vibe, Medico posted that the Nasdaq congratulates Ripple on their acquisition of Medico, Ripple Nasdaq. Now, why would they be doing this? Why would they have this up? There's a bunch of speculation that this was fake. Somebody photoshopped this, but Zach Rector talked about it. If you guys look right here, Digital Assets Investor posted it. It says dimes to donuts, this thing is over. And Brad Garlinghouse actually liked this too, which caused a lot of confusion. So maybe it is true. Well, there's still a lot of speculation on if it's actually true or not. Only time's going to tell. Zach Rector says we won, hashtag XRP. Maybe he knows something that we don't know, but on the inside. But eventually the truth will come out and we will win. And again, I did just show you guys this. Brad Garlinghouse did like this, and it just shows that I think that we did win the case. We're just waiting. Again, we talked about in our last video that Brad Garlinghouse did come out and say that he believes that Ripple won this case, or is going to win this case, and it's going to be settled within weeks, not months. Make sure you guys do tune in for the giveaway. Again, follow my Twitter account. For YouTube, you have to be subscribed, like the video, as well as comment your guys' Twitter handle. Put down in the comments what you guys think about the video, if you guys want me to address anything. Again, I'm going to try my best to post a video within this next week. Within 48 hours for sure will be the video if I can. Again, that family emergency came up. But if I can post the video, I will be doing it. But I'm going to be out of town, so we'll see. I'll let you guys know. If you guys can invest with a big dog, stay on the porch. Thank you guys, and have a good one.